Hello everyone from Yokohama. Round 14 of Japan Rugby League 1 sees Canon host the Wild Knights. It's arguably match of the round. Willie Lose joins me.
Yoroshiku onegaishimasu. Yes, looking forward to this one, Bevan. Two teams in great form. Obviously the Panasonic team looking good on a beautiful afternoon in Tokyo. But Canon, well, they want to make that top four, and I'm sure that's their goal today, is to knock off one of the top chances.
Yes, absolutely. Conditions absolutely perfect for this game here in Yokohama as the crowd get ready to settle in for this game. As I say, arguably match of the round going into this round. Canon in fourth spot, the Wild Knights in third. Canon a 9-4 record heading into this game. Losses against Sun Goliath, I'll get back to that in a moment. Igarashi, Niwai and Miyoshi in the front row for Canon. Solmaki and Hill in the locking department. The back three, Van Dijk, Murphy and Shimada in the number 7 jersey. In the backs, Yamasuka and Tamura in the halves. Centre partnership of Kajimura and Jesse Creel. And the back three, Takiyawa, Matsui and Mareas in the fullback position. And there's the bench there. Watch out for Ogura in the number 22 jersey, looking to bring on some experience off the bench. And in the starting lineup for the Wild Knights, Inagaki, Sakate and Hirano. In the front row, Hasegawa moves to lock this week with George Cruz alongside him. And in the back three, Lachlan Boshier, Anishi and Jack Cornelson moves to number 8. In the back, Yoshida and Matsuda in the halves. Centre partnership of the experienced Hadley Parks alongside Dylan Riley. And the back three, Korumbiti, Takayama and Noguchi bringing up the rear. There are the finishers. Watch out for Tupou in the number 23 jersey. So that's the situation set here in Yokohama. As I said, Canon heading into this game with a 9-4 record. The fourth leading into this round. Losses to Sun Goliath, Toshiba, Kubota, and a game cancelled due to COVID. As you can see there on the points table, Canon in fifth spot, Wild Knights in third, and Canon with a win today would make it back inside the top four. But it will be a bit of an ask. Wild Knights are the favourites going into this game.
Oh, absolutely. They're the informed team, the defending champions of the last year's competition. Of course, a new competition this year in name, but same quality there. And Canon, as you mentioned, coming off a good win last week, so they've got some momentum. Just wondering whether they've got the same firepower as this Panasonic side.
Here come the Wild Knights out onto the field. A well-drilled unit, defending champions, of course, under the rugby mastermind of Robbie Deans.
Great to see Hadley Parks in as well. He's a big player, he's a big-time player, and loves this environment. And when it comes to the business end of the competition, with only 2 games remaining in the regular season, no one better. And have a look at Shota Hori. How good was he? Hori, how good was he last week, coming off the bench, 37 years young?
He's fantastic. Impact off the bench. But a player to watch out for will be Hirano, the tight head prop. Strong scrummager. And gets busy around the park as well. Watch out for him today.
Yeah, 28-year-old, 120 kegs. That's in his birthday suit out of the Tokai University. He really anchors this Panasonic scrum, which is where a lot of their attack comes from, with him bringing up the right-hand side of the scrum, giving them that advantage. He is some player.
Well, the Wild Knights, third heading into this round. 11 wins, 2 losses. Those 2 losses, though, due to cancelled games due to COVID. And a good win last week against Kobe.
I'll put it out there before we even kick off, Bevan. Keep an eye out for Marika Kurombeti, the Australian winger, 42 caps out on the left wing. He is dangerous every time he gets his hands on the ball, and he's the type of player they need today. Had a quiet game by his standards last week in that win against Corbett. And there he is in frame, deadly with ball in hand.
Wild Knights with one final team meeting. And here come Canon onto the park. never won a Japanese championship. And they will be the underdogs heading into this game this afternoon, that is for sure. But they've had a good season so far.
Founded way back in 1981, so they are the youngsters to the competition when you think of some of the teams that have been established for a lot longer. And Iragashi, you don't want to take your eyes off him in the front row. He's busy. He also is out of Tokai University, so the two players they've highlighted have come from one of the leading universities here in Japan. Scrummages well, gets around the paddock, and he loves to run with ball in hand. There's Suguru Igarashi.
And a moment's silence for the sad passing during the week of Steve Cumberland, former Otago forward as well.
Lovely touch there for Steve Cumberland. Had the pleasure of meeting him on a couple of occasions, Bev. He was just starting out his career at Kobe when I was about to leave Japan, and what a terrific guy he was. Terrific rugby man, and sadly missed, gone way too soon.
So teams are in readiness. Shuhei Kubo will referee this game. We're set to go. Week 14 continues. In Japan Rugby League 1, Canon will kick off to the Wild Knights in this match of the round.
Big match for Yuta Mura today in the Canon shirt, number 10. All that experience. He's going to have one of his best games of the year if Canon are to get up as we count down with 6, 5, 4 to go.
We're underway. Wild Knights inside their 22. Clearly. Big Hirano in the number 3 jersey. Canon, they have the line out here. 10 metres inside the Wild Knights half. Niwai. Straight to the front. Yamasuka moves it quickly. Yamasuka out running behind Creel, flicked it out the back door, juggled. The ball is there. Canon on the 10-metre mark. Igarashi. Yamasuka moving it quickly down this right-hand touch for Canon. Takiyawa. Handy metres, just short of the 22. Nice quick hands to Mura. Moves it on for Creel. On the charge again, Igarashi. Been busy already, the loose head prop. Yamasuka. Murphy flings it out the back door. Takiyawa again. Just short of the 22. Good recycling at the moment from Canon. Yamasuka, penalty for Canon.
15 white, Norway.
Great ball control, and Jesse Creel getting his hands on the ball. There's Murphy, and the lovely ball over the top to Takiyawa. Was educated at Kelston Boys High School in Auckland, New Zealand, and then moved to Japan, went to KSI University. He's had his hands on the ball a couple of times, but they're really just playing keep ball against Panasonic and doing a very good job. Jesse Creel, though, he got involved on 3 occasions on that movement. Marius, well, They call him the golf bag because he's had a few clubs in his time.
Attacking line out here for Canon. To the back it goes. Early attacking opportunity in the red zone. Niue with control of it at the back of the maul. Not really going anywhere now. It's going a bit more forward. Good work from the red forwards. Still going forward. This is good work from the Canon forwards. Breaking away. Scoring the first try. Niue gets the opening try.
Great call. Great execution. And the perfect start for the home side. Yusuke Niue. Retsumekin University throws the ball into Salmaki. And they brought it down. It took a little bit of time before they got their structure, and all of a sudden they just went straight through the heart of the Panasonic team. They are sending a message loud and clear. This is their home patch, and they want to be involved in finals footy.
Great work from the Canon forward pack. A lineup roughly 10 metres out from the line. They managed to drive it over. And now Marais to add the extras.
Dream start for the home side, better than a point a minute. Well, Panasonic have only touched the ball on one occasion when they kicked it into touch.
Seven 0. Home team lead early. Kick-off from Wild Knights. Canon take it. Hill went high. Ball there. Nice quick hands down the left-hand side. Ball there for Matsui. Up to the 10-metre mark. Yamasuka. Hill. Busy already the lock. Penalty Wild Knights. Good work at the breakdown.
Inagagi. Out of the Kanto University, the current Japanese loose-head prop. He's so good, not only at scrummaging, but also doing this, getting a nice wide stance over the ball and having all rights. The tackle from Cornelison, there he is, in the jackal, and they couldn't get rid of him. Boy, you need a bulldozer to try and get rid of him.
Good touch finder for the Wild Knights. Now they'll have a chance to reply from that early Canon try.
Should be all in. Or 6 plus. 6 plus. Hold.
Sakate. Cornelison goes high. Tapped on awkwardly. Canon will pounce on the scraps. Niue, the try scorer. Ball there for Creel. Yamasuka. Now dropping the shoulder, Solmaki. Ball back, Yamasuka. Marais has time to clear. They'll look to take it quickly. No, they won't.
Well, that puts a smile on your face if you're Kazuki Sawaki, the Canon coach. Terrific urgency at the breakdown there, at the line-out, I should say, taken by Cornelison. Wasn't controlled by Boschier, and the ball spilt loose. And there were 3 Canon jerseys there within a nanosecond. And then the nice clearance from Marius.
Wild Knights, awkward line out again. Canon pick up the scraps. Igarashi took it in. Now Yamasuka with the box. That's gone too far. And they'll come back for the no advantage. A scrum here for Canon.
I know he's young, he's a 24-year-old, but that's just, oh boy, that just makes coaches go bald when a halfback does that. You've got a turnover. The other side is on defence and they're not set. And then you just kick possession away. Oh, goodness me.
Crouch. Point. Set.
Just inside their own half, big shunt from Wild Knights, but they managed to get it out to Canon. Right out to the wing, Takiyawa beats his man. Here he goes down the sideline, beats another one, got the pass away. Creel, just short of the 22. Canon on the attack. Yamasuka, ball's been left behind. Hill leaves it behind, and the Wild Knights have the turnover. Yoshida moves it quickly, Korumbeti. They've barely had proper possession, have the Wild Knights. Hasegawa, just out from their own 22, Yoshida. Matsuda, he puts boot to ball. He won't find the touchline. Matsui, bringing it back. Trying to find a hole, nearly got through the other side. Ball there, Yamasuka. Now Tamura, Marias, right out. Ball there again, this time for Van Dijk. Yamasuka. Igarashi getting involved again, the loose head prop. Yamasuka. Down the short side again, nice quick hands. Good skill being shown. Here's a try coming up maybe. Yes! Matsui in the corner. Canon on fire.
Well, the two wingers we thought would really stand out were in the white shirts, and they've been taught a lesson from Takiyawa, firstly on the right wing, and then the absolute speed of Matsui on the left. Have a look at this. Van Dijk running like a wing three-quarter, the dummy. And then he says to the speed man, set off the fire alarms. Away you go, son. And that's exactly what they did. Beautiful play from Canon. This is just lovely rugby at a high level. And what a finish.
Matsui with the try in the number 11 jersey. Canon get their second try of the match. And it's 12-0 with the kick to come right in the corner. Wild Knights at the moment stunned. Conversion's good. 14 points to 0.
Terrific start. My only question is, can they continue? It's a long 80-minute game. And I've seen this on so many occasions where the top teams like Suntory, Panasonic, Corby in the past always got threatened in the opening 15, 20 minutes. And then all of a sudden they worked their way back in and started to dominate. So let's see if Canon can keep this up.
Matsuda gets things going again. Not a bad kick. Marias takes it into the tackle. Yamasuka. Tamura. Solmaki take it into the tackle. Ball there again. Yamasuka. Marias has plenty of time. Won't find the touchline. Takayama. Back for Matsuda. He goes to the heavens. Takayama chasing. This will be an interesting competition here. It's gone forward off Wild Knights, and Canon will get the scrum. Yes, they will.
So good under the high ball is Takayama. Mafi was there though, the 32-year-old Tongan board. Mafi, Japanese representative. Terrific, the style of play that Canon are expressing in this opening 12 minutes of the game, getting their foreigners involved and getting over the advantage line.
Set!
Very steady scrum from Canon. Yamasuka, nice short ball. Canon Yamasuka, Solmaki gets in amongst it.
Yeah. Onside. Mada.
All coming slowly. Yamasuka puts in the box. Taken nicely at the back by Takayama. Good work from the Wild Knights on the halfway. Yoshida, Matsuda, Korumbeti in the centres. Parks moves it quickly. Out onto the wing. Cornelson's there. Knock on again from the Wild Knights. Canon will have possession. They'll get the scrum.
Okay, scrum, red.
Not great lines from the Panasonic backs. They really just shoveled the ball along, and by the time it got to Cornelson, there were 4 defenders who had just drifted off. Somebody needed to straighten up and go through the middle as opposed to just pushing it lateral. Dylan Riley, we know what a threat he is with ball in hand. Well, it's been all Canon in the opening 14 minutes of this game.
ちょっとハイラインだけ気をつけて、ちょっとこっち、こっち前やけど、どっち前やけど、こっち立つ。はい、行きましょう、マーク。行くよ。はいはい。いや。Let's go.
Ikimashou, Bevan, let's go. So there you go. Referee telling them to get on with it.
Okay. Crouch.
Crouch is crouch.
Set.
Another nice platform for Canon. Told to use. Here it comes. Tamura. Nice little wraparound play. Wide it goes. Forward past the call. Oh.
No.
He was one of the sprint champions at Toshisha University, was Matsui. And he was looking for a line ball from his opposite winger. And Takayama's just thrown that about 4 metres forward. Great execution, though, because the Panasonic defence were all pushing in. There was nobody out on the flank, and it would have just been a one-on-one with Matsui up against Noguchi. Got to set some targets here, Panasonic. They're just playing too loose, in my view. Get their backs involved in setting some targets for their forwards to hit and blow over, and then get the ball into the hands of people like Riley and Korumbeti.
Balance.
Scrum again, of course you do.
ちょっともう乗りすぎだわ。で、こっちも入っていかない。はい。ちょっとお互いかけすぎてる。いいバランス。
Haven't had too much possession, have the Wild Knights. Just inside the Canon half. Penalty.
Highlighted him at the start, Igarashi, and he didn't stick his nut in the scrum. He just stood up. First one was an indirect penalty, and then they went to the straight penalty. And the referee's just explaining that too.
1番がもう上げに行ってるって話です。はい。
There you go, Ichiban, number
ちゃ
one.
んと上げずにそのままステイしてくれたらいいよ。
There he is. He's saying, you've got to stay in that position. You can't just stick your head up. Love the way that front rowers love to engage in conversations with referees, and I've yet to see a ref change his mind about a penalty.
Matsuda, long kick for 3 points, and he's pushed that. 14 points to 0, the score remains. Wild Knights yet to get on the board. Canon lead.
ちょっとボールの入れ、はい、ボールください。はい入ります、入ってます。オンサイ
ド。Moraes. Noguchi goes to the heavens. This will be interesting at the back, taken by Madeus. Just out from their own 22 here, Canon. Yamasuka, nice quick hands down the short side. Matsui gets away from the first defender again. Up to the 10-metre mark. Quick pick and go. Van Dijk. This is good work from Canon. Yamasuka, front foot ball, spreading it quickly. Creel. Nice quick hands from Murphy. Ball there for Takeyawa.
Get out!
Canon, 10 metres inside their own half.
Off now.
Solmaki, Tamura, flinging it wide again. Van Dijk, down that left-hand touch. Up to the halfway. Penalty, Wild Knights.
End break from side.
What a brand of footy. This is just brilliant. It really is. Take a bow. The Canon Eagles. Van Dijk has been involved in everything, and looks like they've identified that they want to play the ball down on that left-hand flank. They really want to try and expose Takayama and his defence. But boy, Van Dijk, Matsui. Nice tackle there from Hadley Parks, though, one that had to be made. All that experience for Wales, 29 caps. Of course, New Zealand born, out of Lincoln University.
Sakate to the back. Tapped on awkwardly by Cruz, but it's there. Wild Knights with possession, Boshier. Penalty advantage, Yoshida. Matsuda, ball on the inside. Ball left behind by Takayama. They'll come back for the penalty.
7, affected clean out or away.
I'm certain that Robbie Deans will be getting a message to his water carriers to get a message to the senior players that they just need to play sensible rugby. Just panicking a little bit here at the moment, Panasonic. Lineouts have been really sloppy. They haven't had a clean lineout in the game. That one there bouncing around again for Yoshida to offload. And that's really where it all starts. The set piece, something they pride themselves on. So 3 points here will just calm the nerves and get them back into the right frame of mind and to playing the type of rugby that we've seen from them over the last few years.
Well, Knights desperate just to get some points on the board. 20 minutes into this game. Matsuda, better kick this time. 14 points to 3. Canon lead. Madeus gets things going again. Matsuda finds the touchline.
Right.
Show your hands up. Show your hands up. Yeah. Keep your line here. Give him 12.
Line out good there for Shimada. Tamura, quick hands. Murphy up over the halfway. Yamasuka, slight mistake from Cannon, and the Wild Knights will get the scrum.
How good is Lachlan Boshier? That's like being asked to stop and tackle a double-decker bus going down the hill, trying to tackle Murphy. And Lachlan Boshier, beautiful technique in around the ankles as loose head prop Inagagi was there. They put pressure on to break down, force the error, get the scrum. right-hand blind here. For me, that's where you attack.
Big shunt from Cannonball there, and down that right-hand side they go. You're right, Willie. Chipped in the head. It's an awkward bounce. It's knocked on by Cannon. Wild Knights have possession. Yoshida. Inagaki. Matsuda. Awkward pass. Flicked in awkwardly.
Under pressure, no advantage.
And they'll come back for the scrum. But asking questions down that right-hand touch.
Very un-Panasonic-like at the moment. Some of those passes that they're throwing out, there he is. Kazuki Sawaki, the 47-year-old coach of Canon, doing a terrific job with them in the first year of the Japanese one competition. Just panicking here, Panasonic, and that put it down to the pressure that Canon are putting on them. They're not used to guys in their grill and in their face as quickly as they're getting them, and that's what's causing the errors and the problems. The backs need to set a target here. Don't try and score off first phase.
Nice steady platform from the Wild Knights this time. Cornelson has control, but the front rows have gone up though, and they'll do it again.
Up. Reset.
You see there Yoshida just pointing out the opposite of where Corin Betty. They want to try and get him involved in the game, but they need to set some targets as we look at Robbie Deans in the coaching box. Terrific to see him involved in the game at such a high level here in Japan.
Nearly a tight head ball still there for Wild Knights, and they're going to reset the scrum again. Well, a good start to this game from Cannon. 2 tries to none so far. Stunning Wild Knights early. 15 minutes to go before half-time. 14 through the score, and now the ref wants a chat because this is getting tiresome.
バインドのところでファイトがあるのはすごく理解するし、それはあるべきだと思うけど、ちょっとバランスがあまりにも失ってきてて、で落ちちゃってるので、もう一回ちょっといいバランスをバインドのところでしっかり保ってやりましょう。オッケー。ちょっと3つリセット。僕も1つ良くないところあるけど、はい、やろう。
Pretty good conversation between 7 men, all shaking in their heads, all in agreement that the bindings have got to be right, they've got to be a little bit higher, and that they can't fold. Takayama is that right winger for Panasonic standing in that position. Boy, I'd like to see him get involved. Give him the ball straight off the scrum and let him go to work.
Penalty Wild Knights after all of that. And Yoshida is pointing for the touchline.
That's where pressure's on. Atsushi Sagate, he's the line-out thrower, and they haven't been all that accurate in the opening 26 minutes of this game. He has to find Cornelson or Cruz or Nishi if they throw him up, but he's got to be accurate here.
Line out to the front, good for Hasegawa. Wild Knights looking for their first try. They need to score something. Good support around the ball carrier. Here comes that driving ball. Wild Knights getting close. Sakata had control of it. Hasn't found the touchline though. Ushida, ball coming slow. Now the ref blows it up.
I like Shuhei Kubo, the referee. He's got a good command of English as well, so plenty of English speakers out on the field. And he'll understand exactly what they're saying. Let's listen to him to see what he says to the assistant referee.
明らかなグラウンディング確認できてない。手前ね。で最終的にでもボールは入ってるよね。ゴールのオンフィールドはノートライ、インゴールのヘルドアップ。グラウンディングの確認だけちょっとしよう。
So both saying they didn't see a grounding. They're going to go to the TMO just to try and get confirmation.
オンフィールドションはノートライです。
No try.
最終的にボールがライン上に乗って、ヘルドアップになっています。グラウンディングの確認。
There's Sagata. He's an honest sort of guy. He's just going to go and say to the ref, I got it. Maybe he didn't.
はいお願いします。
Terrific drive though. Bevan, just as Canon scored theirs through Niwai there. Hooker, have a look at this. Sagate's in the back and they went through the heart right there. He's short. And is that over the line? Here we go. Just take that back a couple of frames, please, sir. Certainly on the ground. And that's the line there. I think this will be given the green light.
Looks close enough.
Well, he's just said short, so he's not going to award it.
もう一回止めてもらいます。そうですね。ここではショートですね。はい、
その後
届いてない。
僕が最終的に見てるのはヘルドアップなので、明らかにじゃあオンフィールドを覆すグラウンディングはこの映像から確認できないですね。なので、ゴールラインドロップアウト。
So he was saying because it wasn't held up over the line, it's going to be a restart from the goal line.
No try. In goal here. Goal line drop out. ないないない。ゴールラインドロップアウト。インゴール。
There's a couple of tired bodies in that Canon team that I can see already. It's only 28 minutes gone. As I said, you can come out like a bull in the gate for the first 14 minutes, but can you continue it for the 80?
Onside.
Madeus with the goal line dropout. Matsuda. Noguchi goes high. Knocked on at the back by Canon. Ball there for the Wild Knights. Noguchi. Nice little wraparound play. Noguchi. Now Parks. That's the forward pass. It's been intercepted anyway. And a mistake from the Wild Knights. But they'll come back for the no advantage.
Tamura. Boy, that ball went so high, it came down with snow on it. Difficult for him to catch. Pressure was there as well. Panasonic Parks, very uncharacteristic. He's been out of the game now for the last 5 weeks. And it shows with some of the rusty touches that he's had, but I'm just surprised at the style of rugby that they're playing. It's kind of like touch rugby. They're just throwing the ball everywhere.
Fine. Set. Putting the back. Put it off. Put it off.
That's 3 penalties against Canon when it's come to scrum time, and that's got to be concerning for them as well. They're just giving Panasonic an ascendancy here, and they'll go again, Canon. Panasonic rather. Because I would have taken the kick to the corner and gone with the line out again.
ただショートアイムもう次ペナルティあるからそこだけ。はい、バランスね、バランス。ちょっとこっち今なかったよ。ギャップ、ギャップ。クラウチ。
This is where Panasonic is so dangerous as well, Bevan. They always score just before the break and after, in the 10 minutes before half-time.
In the red zone, Panasonic. Good scrum from Panasonic as well. But the front rows have gone up. They're keeping that ball in that scrum for a long time. Looking to bag a penalty of some sorts.
Cornelson's got to be careful there at 8. You know, it's good platform ball, just get it out. Goodness me, I don't know what he's waiting for. It is Easter already.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
Another good platform. Ushida out into the backs this time. Parks. Nice little play. Cotton Beatty's knocked it on. And a penalty for Canon. Offside play the call. And this will give them a chance to clear their lines.
I've used this move a few times, bringing Cotton Betty in from the left wing. Nice tackle from Murphy, but really, it was done at snail's pace, pedestrian. So easy to read. I know what Robbie Deans will be saying at half-time, and it won't be pleasant.
Shimada, Yamasuka, Kajimura. All coming slowly. Now a quick pick and go from Niwai. Up to the 10-metre mark. Ball there for Van Dyke. Coming slowly for Cannon. Now wrestling a bit more forward as Hill. Gone backwards, says the ref. Walnut putting on a bit of pressure, but Cannon will still have possession. Ball's popped out. Van Dyke leaves the ball behind. Walnut's desperate to get the ball back, and they've done superbly. Ushida down the right-hand side. Noguchi drops in the stabbing grubber. A good touch finder, but that's better aggressive defence.
Yeah, lovely work from Ushida, the halfback. Boy, he was like a little bantamweight, taking on the heavyweights, getting involved in the dark places. And he went one-on-one with Van Dyke and won the bout as well. Have a look at this. Keep an eye on the blindside flanker for Cannon. Number 6, he'll come into frame. Shortly, he'll pick up and go. And then he tries to clear out the halfback here and gets bounced back as well after this sequence of play. There's Ushida on the first time. There's Van Dyke coming back. He'll play halfback and he'll get rejected. Bang! Then the ball comes loose.
はい、特に何かってことはないですね。はい。ちゃんとゲームを見てるから、そこは。で、今何もなかったってことをちゃんと見た上で、これ話してるから。はい。さっきのあれ分かるな、言ってること。さっきの分かる言ってることで、あそこのことね。で、あそこもやっぱ気をつけないと、ハーフの入ってるところに入ってたら邪魔なんだよな。あそこ、そう、ディフェンスの。あそこも
Niwai slowly making his way back for the Canon team.
OK ですか？はい。タイムバックオン。
Cannon with a shorter line at this time. Good for Hill. Yamasuka. Tamura goes high. Ball there. Now Takayama, he drops in the kick. Not a bad hoof. Not a bad hoof. Pushing them deep inside their own 22. Cannon. Maneas does well to keep it in the field of play. He finds the touchline. And Alona back on the halfway.
That is a terrific kick from the South African fullback. Take a bow, sir. He had absolutely no angle to work with, and he's belted at 48 metres on the fly. Boy, we know how good those South African kickers are. Maneas out of Paarl Boys High School, one of the best rugby schools in South Africa. Played some rugby for the East Easts, Sharks, Bulls, Stormers, and the Western Force. And Western Province. He's got some stamps in the passport.
Wild Knights, Ushida, Park, short ball for Boshier. On the halfway, Ushida, Matsuda, drops in a little kick. This will be interesting. It's going to bounce awkwardly, very awkwardly. Riley, should I say Noguchi, leaves it behind. A knock on from the Wild Knights. Questions being asked.
Well, he couldn't have put it any better. Matsuda put it on a plate for Noguchi, who just took his eyes off the ball at the last minute. Lost sight of it, lost it forward. Lovely execution from Matsuda, though. Two quality first 5/8s here. Tamura for Canon and Matsuda for Panasonic.
Crouch. Bind. Sit.
5 minutes to go before half-time. Off the back, Marthy. Taken nicely around the ankles by Ushida. Canon, ball there, Yamasuka. Now Tamura, taking it into the tackle. Gets up, has another go.
Onside. 9, 7.
Yamasuka, he leaves the ball behind. Gone back, says the ref. Now Creel, nice quick hands. Takayawa kicks it in ahead. Controlled at the back. Noguchi gets away from the first defender. Puts in the kick. It's an awkward one. Canon with possession. Murphy has a run. 10 metres inside his own half. Now some space out wide maybe. Tamura, Van Dijk, Matsui down the sideline. This will be exciting. Taken in the air maybe. He tried to hurdle over the player. Ball still there for Canon. Yamasuka, Tamura. This time, Igarashi. Should I say Niwai? Ball there again, Tamura. Nice quick hands. Good skill being shown. Marais over the top. Takayawa down the sideline. Up inside the 22. Canon on the attack. Looking for try number 3. Shimada. Nice quick hands again. Spreading it. They've got great width. Van Dijk got the pass away. Matsui finding a hole. 3 metres out. Got the pass away. Wild Knights have it. No advantage. And a penalty for Canon. What exciting rugby.
And that man Matsui, part of the Sevens Japanese team that performed so well at the Olympics in 2019 in Japan. And you know why he's got pace, because on the other side is Takayawa, who's drawing in a lot of defenders. Great play from Van Dijk as well, the blindside flanker for Canon. He's the man that's creating all sorts of problems on that left wing, and there is the speedster. Toshisha University, he broke so many records on the track and field. And now he's just breaking hearts for Panasonic. Well, I thought Panasonic would be the team that would score before the break, Bevan, but Canon proving me wrong and showing yet again another brilliant style of rugby here in Japan.
Roughly, maybe 30 seconds, I think.
Well, the clock will tick away here. Canon with an easy 3 points coming up, surely for Marais. And with 2 minutes to go before half-time, it's 17 points to 3. The home team leads.
Interesting too, because this is the end part of it. Matsui wanted to get his hands on the ball again. They go wide. There he is, the combination again. Van Dijk with Matsui. He was a little bit lucky earlier on, because you mentioned that he tried to hurdle play. You can't do that in rugby. That's a penalty. Got away with it.
Van Dijk taking it into the tackle. Ball there for Yamasuka. Murphy, ball on the inside, trying to punch their way through. Niwai. Yamasuka. Marais inside his 22, puts in the Gary Owen. It's gonna end up quite awkward for both teams. Wild Knights will
ライ
get
ンアウトもあるけどいいですかね。はい。
possession.
ボールキャリーするときにさっきライン際で打ち切った。
我慢しろ、ここ我慢。
あ、ちょっと止めた方がいい。赤の1番出血です。赤の1番。
Ichiban is number 1. Igarashi. Maybe a change there, but gosh, we're only moments away from half time. He was down on his haunches, and so they'll take a medical timeout. What a performance from Canon in the opening 39 minutes. There he is, getting a bit of attention on the snoz. Oh, hate that stuff. Up the snoz, don't know how you breathe with that in there. Good luck, young man. There was so much belief in this team with the red shirts on. They're playing against the defending champions of 2021, and you wouldn't pick it. Robbie Deans will just tell his team to calm down. They just need to start attacking. They've had a couple of opportunities, haven't taken them. And don't be surprised if they try and get points from this set phase.
Into the final minute of the first half. Canon win the scrum. And they'll look to just settle things down here. They have a reasonably healthy lead of 14 points. Not many will picking this at halftime in this game.
どうするの 10 meter, 10 meter.
Tap taken by Murphy. He'll take it into the tackle himself on the halfway.
No. Back again.
Yamasuka hits the short side. Ball there for Hill. Looking to wind down the clock before half-time. That's exactly what they're doing. There's the half-time siren. That'll be half-time. 17 points to 3. Canon lead the Wild Knights at the break here in Yokohama.
Punched in the face in the first half, they need to respond.
Yes, they have. 2 tries to none. 1 penalty each. But Canon dominating the scoreboard in that first half. Remembering, of course, Canon heading into this round was sitting in 4th spot. But coming into today's game, they went down to 5th due to a result last night. So a win will bring them back into the top 4. And so far, so good for the team in red.
I wouldn't be surprised if they bring Shota Hortier in a little earlier than the 20-minute mark. He's the type of player that just gets ball in hand and says, follow me, fellas. And that's exactly the leader that Panasonic need at the moment.
Teams are back out on the field. We're set to go. This time, the Wild Knights to kick off to Canon.
Go. Time on.
Matsuda. Hill has possession just out from their own 22 here, Canon. Yamasuka moving it out. Driven back in the tackle. Canon inside the 22. Murphy with a quick pick and go. Makes some handy meters. Yamasuka. Marias. On the halfway, Noguchi. Now Matsuda drops in the stabbing grubber. Marias has control of it. He returns fire. And that'll go a little bit too far. They'll bring it out anyway.
Stay white.
Noguchi. Murphy on the halfway. Winding up Murphy, dropping the shoulder. Good defence from Noguchi. Ball coming slowly. Penalty won by the Wild Knights.
Yeah, and that's a first round win to the Wild Knights as well. Murphy winding up, thinking he's going to run over a couple of the backs in there, and he just lost his composure, and then he lost all shape. Panasonic there. Onishi, he had all rights to go in, has a good loose forward shoot, and does just that.
Wild Knights down by 14. And they'll be looking to score first in the second half. As Willie alluded to, punched in the face in the first.
Change your mindset now, short line out. They'll look to get this off the top and just set a target in the midfield.
Sakate. Tapped on. Ushida. Flat ball. Takayama putting his head down. Onishi. Just short of the 22. Ushida hits the right-hand side. Sakate. Short ball for Hirano. He knocks it on.
Pass in. Pass the red. No point line now.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that from a set piece. They got it from the line out where it was lost forward from Canon, so they've come back for no advantage there. Much better from Panasonic, though, from a set piece, and there he is. As I said, he's the type of guy you want to be in the trenches with. I'm sure that Robbie Deans would have gone to Jack Cornelson and said, hey, mate, keep your boots off the ball at the back of the scrum, just let it get out.
Bit of a shunt again from Canon. Wild Knights under a bit of pressure. Ball out though. Parks takes it into the tackle. Got the offload away. Riley up inside the 22. Here come the Wild Knights. Down the left-hand side, Noguchi. Ushida. Cruz. He puts his head down. Better recycling from the Wild Knights. Matsuda out into the backs. Ball's been left behind. Takayama cleans it up. Ushida. Now Hasegawa, nowhere to go. Ushida waits. Sakate. Ushida. Hirano. He puts his head down. Can't cross that advantage line. Good defence at the moment from Canon. Wild Knights move it. Matsuda. Cornelson. Good defence from Canon. Quick pick and go. This time Boshier. Ball there for Sakate. Has been knocked on by Wild Knights. And Canon have the turnover. Yamasuka. Moving it out quickly. Creel under a bit of pressure and a penalty for the Wild Knights.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. If you're a Panasonic fan. Sagate just losing it after 6 phases. Canon then trying to run it out through Creel, who got belted by his opposite Riley right around the bootlaces. And now they'll just look to close the gap. Much better from Panasonic. That's the sort of structured play we're used to, and you can see the damage that Parks and Riley can do when they get through that half break, and Parks so good at offloading to his Robin. If you're talking about Batman and Robin in the midfield.
Wild Knights with the three-pointer. Matsuda converts the three. 17 points to 6.
Better start, and you can see that there's a bit of activity going on the bench as well. Mentioned it, that it'd come in earlier than the 20 minutes, and there you go. Ivalu on alongside him, so a couple of changes in that front row, and just watch the change in the dynamics of how Panasonic will play this game.
Restart. Ball there for the Wild Knights, just out from their own 22. Takayama did well. Ushida, Matsuda, Miller. Matsuda goes to the heavens. Taken nicely by Noguchi. Got the pass away. Konobiti down the sideline. One to beat. He'll win the race. And the World Knights finally get their first try.
Panasonic magic. It's just a matter of time. Highlighted him at the start of this game that Konobiti is someone that can break the game open. But take a bow. Ryuji Noguchi, the 26-year-old fullback, got up, was competitive, offloaded, and have a look at this for a finish. Matthias, one of the best defenders from the fullback position, but not against the Australian flyer. And the man who was the pride of Nasinu secondary schools in Fiji, they love it when he plays. Look at him scamper away. And as you've mentioned, here come Panasonic.
Kick missed by Matsuda, but regardless, the gap is closing slowly. 17 points to 11, Canon lead. Ball at the back again. Takayama inside his 22. Ball there for Ushida. Matsuda. Miller.
No, ball is available. Stay. Yes, fine.
Quick pick and go, catching everyone napping. Cruz up the park, still going. Needs some support. Up to the halfway. Good run from the number 5. Ball there for the World Knights. Ushida, Matsuda, Parks through the hands quickly. Now Oshini back in towards the traffic.
50.
Up inside the Canon half. World Knights on the attack. Ushida, Matsuda, Horie got the pass away. Cruz on the 10-metre mark. Ushida, Matsuda drops in the stab and grubber, and he'll find the touchline.
This is the reason why they're around the top of the table, and Cruz, well, he went into auto cruise. Problem is that he ran away from his support. But have a look at this, the class of Matsuda. Just feeds it on, and then he's prepared to look for territory and just grubbering it along the ground and forcing Canon into a line-out. Smart play.
Niwai. Van Dyke taps it on. Yamasuka, Tamura, Murphy. Awkward pass. Wild Knights will have it here. Parks flings it quickly. Riley out the back door. Takayama, nowhere to go. Wild Knights still on the attack. 10 metres out from the Canon line. Hasegawa wrapped in the tackle. Inside the red zone though, the away team. Parks, should I say? Yes, Parks. Taking it into the tackle. Ushida, flat ball. Hasegawa sets the platform. Changing direction, Miller. Ball on the inside for Cornelson. Ushida. Matsuda kicks it across field. Konobiti, it's gone over his head, and they'll come back for the penalty.
Yeah, the penalty, no arms in the tackle. And they're saying that someone was offside as well, but Murphy not using any arms in the tackle against Parks. I was wondering why he went back so quickly. And then this kick, yeah, that won't be on the highlights reel of Matsuda. But once again, the penalty. And they've got to keep the foot on the stroke. They've got to go to the line out. Keep asking questions. No point taking this. Well, I don't agree with this. Not a big fan of this decision. When you've got the opposition on the ropes, and Canon have hardly been out of their own half in the last 11 minutes, and you're going to let them off with a penalty? Give me a break.
The first action is against on the floor, that's why. Yeah, if you straight on the ball, I could give you one. Yeah, that's the picture. Yeah, thank you. I realize it, yeah.
Showing Canon some respect with going for this three-pointer. It'll close the gap slightly a bit more. And now it's a three-point ball game. Canon lead.
もう完了してますからね。はい、ワンオフ。はい、今そっちから出てってます。このまま行きますかね、じゃあ。はい。ワンオフ OK ですか？はい。
Another long restart. Takayama trying to say Noguchi. Ball there for Matsuda. Now Cornelson breaking away at the park. He needs some support. Here's Hottie here. Hottie on the line. Good support play again. Getting up the field a bit further. Nunamaki up to the 22. Ushida, Matsuda through the hands. Parks kicks it over the top. It's going to bounce awkwardly. No, it's tapped on nicely. Ball there for Tamuda. He clears. But some exciting stuff now from the World Knights.
How about the break from Cornelson? And then his opposite, number 8, Murphy, showing his football skills. He might get a contract with the soccer team up here. But there's Cornelson, and originally Hottier is there. He knows, give it to the guy that's got faster jets and is quicker. And then the kick across field. Have a look at this from Murphy, the number 8, standing way back there. Instead of catching it, he kicks it to a teammate. Wow! That could have gone dreadfully wrong. Dreadfully wrong, but he was confident. And this is a team, after they kick off, they're inside their own red zone.
Yeah. はい、ちょっと待って。はい、どうしました。ちょっと待って。まあ、タイムオフな。Wait。待って。OK。ちょっと待って、上から行くよ。OK。タイムバックオン。
World Knights on the attack again. Hasegawa, Ushida, and it's not straight.
でも取ってるのがもうこうやって。クラウチ。It's fast scrum ね。ファーストクラブだから、OK。で、ちょっとこっちいいバランスで、OK。バランスオンバイクレス。No, OK、that's what we said。はい。クラウチ。ファイト。セット。
Big shot from Panasonic. They get the turnover. They've got the tight head. Wow. Big scrum Ushida. Out into the backs Matsuda. Parks. Riley through the hole. Scores. Under the sticks. World Knights have the lead for the first time.
They call them the Cape Crusaders. The midfield of Panasonic, and it's Batman to Robin. Come in, my wingman. And he does just that. Lovely line from Riley running outside in, but put it down to the 8 forwards. They just tightened the binds. Absolutely made a monster of Canon in the scrum, and then watch this executed. Absolute to perfection. Outside in. And Jesse Creel just said taxi with his arm up as he went past. This is why they punish you. And this is why it's just a matter of time that once they get their concentration and their timing right, they are dynamic.
Conversion good. Wild Knights have the lead for the first time, 21 points to 17.
Canon, apart from kicking off, have yet to get inside the Panasonic half in the second half. And it's been 16 minutes.
Madeus. Charge down. Noguchi's kick, he managed to regain it. Inside their 22 still. The Wild Knights. Valu. Nunamaki. Wrestling with the defence. Ball there for Ushida. Matsuda in the pocket. Gets rid of it. Finds the touchline. Good exit. Very good exit.
Things are just going their way. In the first half, they couldn't buy a trick. Second half, luck seems to go on your way. Even when it's charged down, Noguchi was there to retrieve it, and then with the exit play to kick it out.
Good.
Awkward line out, very awkward. Player's been taken out in the air. Yamasuka. Looks like he's just winded.
So the right decision there was accidental. Shotahori had no intention of foul play on Yamasuka, but he went up for the ball because it was a contest. And the little halfback ended up on the back of the hooker and then hit the ground. Pleased that he's up and he's okay. Now that Mike Tyson quote I gave you, Bev? Well, here's the chance for Canon to respond.
Yeah, all the punching's been done by the Wild Knights in the second half, that is for sure. A test of character. Takashima over the top, ball good for Canon. Murphy taking it into the tackle inside the red zone. Yamasuka. Solmaki taking it into the tackle, now onto the backs. Tamura. Madeus wrapped in the tackle, got the offload. Takasawa down the sideline, brilliant play in the corner. Takayawa scores.
Well, they've awarded it the pride of Cowston Boys High in West Auckland. He is a flyer, and he flew like a jet with the last defender coming in as well. I thought that he had just checking, but he beat about 6 players within 1 metre of the touchline. He had no right to score that try. Absolutely no right. 4 defenders were just asking for his number, because that's all they could see was the back of his jersey. The finish for me was the best. I'm just watching now as they get the EVs ready to give us another show. Have a look at this. Keeps his feet in there, and then puts it down. That is try time. And that's one of the best tries you'll see in 2022.
Might be a foot there.
そうですね。もう一回止めます。はい、止めます。
はい、怪しいところを止めてください。ここは大丈夫と思ってます。この後です。
After that step, he says.
このもう一つアウト
It's the next one.
もう一つアウト
One more. One more step.
ここで
This
止
one
めてく
here.
ださい
右足で止める
That right foot
はい
is.
止める、
はい
That's
踏んでま
out.
すね
You're right,
これはね
Bev.
踏んでますね、こ
はい、
れは踏んでます、
じゃあ明らかに
はい
タッチですので、ノートライ、ラインアウト
Very
のボールで
unlucky.
いきたいと思います。
アグリです。
はい、ノートライ、タッチ。
He deserved it. Give him 3 points or 2 points anyway. How on earth did he tiptoe down that sideline and beat 4 defenders?
ちょっと待って待って。
I'm going to nickname him Houdini.
ちょっと待って、まだまだまだ。三井君前に入っておいて、三井君前に入っておいて。まだ待ってる待ってる。Give me time. まだまだ。Okay, okay.
Wild Knights survive. They hold the lead for now. Hottier over the top. Ball there for Cornelson.
No more. Onside. Stay.
Ushida, Matsuda under pressure. Gets rid of it. Only just.
Oh, it's a great contest. We asked about how they'd respond after scoring all the points in the first half, Canon. And then Panasonic responded by scoring 21 in the third quarter of this game. But Canon still asking questions. They really have made a great contest of this. Final quarter to go. Strap yourself in.
Takashima, Van Dyke goes high. Yamasuka on the charge, Kajimura. Yamasuka. Van Dyke, just short of the 22, Cannon. Quick ball again down the left-hand side. Kajimura. Driven back in the tackle, ball still there. Yamasuka. Quick hands from Anise. Now Van Dyke through the line. Up inside the 22. 10 metres out. On the attack, Cannon. Tamura. Kajimura. Over the top. Over the head of Murphy and into touch.
Those balls were caught in the first half. And that's just the change of mindset. The attacking mindset of Canon to run the ball. And Van Dyke, this is the best game I've seen him play in 2022. The live wire South African, and then this pass here from Kajimura out to Murphy. Yep. Says, sorry, mate, that was too high.
Wide cross. 4-5.
Another defensive line out for the Wild Knights. Cornelson.
上に行ってる大丈夫やね。大丈夫やね。はい。Let it go, let it go. Onside.
Taking their time here, the Wild Knights. Ushida, Boshier takes it into the tackle.
No.
Looking to settle things.
Let it go, feet. Onside. Onside right.
Ushida puts in the box. Finds the touchline, and they won't bother with the quick one. Good result.
Haven't mentioned his name in 21 minutes, Matsui, who was the star of the first 5, the left winger for Canon. He's been on the dole queue. He's been unemployed this 21 minutes.
Takashima feeds to the front. Tamura, Murphy puts his head down. Stopped by Boshier. Slightly driven back as well. Ball there though. Quick out it comes. Flat ball this time for Madeus. Good pop-up ball from Creel. Ball there. Yamasuka changing direction. Tamura trying to catch them napping. Yamasuka down the short side. Nearly intercepted. Nice quick hands. Keeping it alive. Solmaki. Advantage as well here for Canon. Anise driven back in the tackle. Good aggressive defence from the Wild Knights, and they'll come back for the penalty. Canon.
Caught on Betty. Jeez, when you're that quick, I don't know why you'd get offside. Raced up out of the line. Gives Canon the opportunity to either take the 3 points or to go to a set piece. Anise's been good since he's come on. Got belted there. And this is the Canon side that we saw in the opening 40 minutes. And Marius says we're going to the line out. This is the reason why I was saying earlier that I don't agree with the penalties that Panasonic took. When I was at school, 5 was more than 3. And that's what you want to try and increase your scoreline by. Multiples of 5 or 7, not 3.
Attacking line out now for Canon. 17 minutes to go. Just a 4-point ball game. A try will give Canon the lead again. Murphy goes high. Trying to set up the driving maul. Going slowly but surely. Good go-forward ball now from Canon. Break it away. Close. Very close. Okabe. Short. Canon. Looking for the try to take the lead again. Coming slowly, Murphy. Looks left and right. Goes right. Drives closer. Ball still there for Canon. 1 metre short. Okabe has another go. Yamasuka into the backs. Tamura spreading it. Madeus tackled nicely. Gets up, has another go. Canon have gone backwards here, but they're still inside the red zone. Yamasuka waits.
Use it!
Procrastinating. Now he goes. Solmaki.
No, get out, 6.
Yamasuka. Left-hand side this time they go. Creel trying to punch his way through. 10 metres out, Yamasuka. Takiyawa.
No lift. Onside.
Yamasuka. This time, Anise. Stopped in his tracks. Horie trying to get his mitts on it. Could be a turnover for the Wild Knights. They sense it. They've got it.
Onside. Ball is exposed.
Ushida. Back it goes. Spreading it. Now they get rid of it. Big kick from Takayama. And they have to race back for this to Canon. At the back. Tamura. He goes high. Matsui chasing. Taken nicely. Matsuda. He sets off. Pressure's been relieved a bit for Wild Knights. Ushida. Quick hands. Now trying to get his way through the ball. Tupou up the park. Kicks it in the head. Kurabiti leads the charge. Into touch it goes. And a line out for Canon. Back near their 22.
Oh, what a sequence of play. Take a bow, both teams. Riley originally on the goal line where he stopped the all-important try. Then they defended for 11 phases, and there's Shota Horie. You can't buy that. You can't coach it either. Just picking the right time to ask questions to go in and steal the ball. And then Yamazawa, if that ball had stayed in, Cotton Betty was in, but have a take a bow, Shota Horie. A little bit of Shiraz coming out of the left eye, or just above the left eye, I should say. God, that was thrilling. What a terrific sequence of play. Canon on the attack, Panasonic defending, and then releasing it in a great moment too for this young man, Sione Halasili, out of the Nihon University, Tongan born, 22 years old, and he's built like a brick outhouse. Quite interesting too, after the kick that Cotton Betty couldn't get to, he was saying to Yawazawa, just pass it to me, I was there. That says in the heat of the moment though, wasn't it? What a break it was from Yamazawa too, out of the Scuba University. 27-year-old that's come on, what an impact Panasonic have had from the bench.
Speaking of the bench, Horie going back for a blood bin, Sakate back on the field. Takashima to the back, Anise. Good go-forward ball here from Canon. 14 minutes to go, still a 4-point ball game. Wild Knights dismantle that and they get the scrum. They win it.
So that was really interesting. Was all of the foreign forwards for Panasonic had their heads up, bad body positions to defend him, but they were asking the referee the question of, have we got him up? Is it a maul yet? Is it a tackle yet? Do we have to release? And so they were communicating through that whole time to get the turnover. Stand by for them to attack again.
Crouch.
Time for the Cape Crusader.
Sit! Straight down, reset. はい、しっかりいい高さね、いい高さ。
I like it when Panasonic use Parks or Riley as their first hit up, and then they use Cotton Betty on the next one because so difficult to defend against, and the angles and the speed that he has got as well. So just wondering whether former Australian coach Robbie Deans, former All Black, terrific coach that he is, has just put that in the arsenal there. That they just maybe look to bring Coram Betty off second phase as opposed to first.
Penalty for the Wild Knights.
There you go, Bev. They've listened to me. No longer going for the points of 3. Why?
Common sense finally prevails, and this will allow them to camp down at this end of the field.
Get that guy back on the field as soon as you can. Sagate knows that he's coming back, so he sprinted to get the ball.
Too big. Yeah.
Attacking line out here. Wild Knights looking to increase their lead, to push it beyond 7 points. At the moment, it's a 4-point ball game. Sakate with control of it at the back of the maul. Won't he be chuffed if he gets a try here? Sakate with control. They're going forward. They must score. They've crashed over. And yep, there's the try.
Denied in the first half, but too much class in the second. Had a little bit of time off, probably had a couple of jet planes and a bit of water. And then he's got told that he's got to get back on the field, and this is perfect execution. The line out taken down by Hasegawa, and then once it got into the hands of Sagate, impossible to get the ball out of his hands. Denied in the first half, as we mentioned, not now, right in front of the referee. And Panasonic extend the lead. Cotton Betty and Hadley Parks also going in there, adding their 75 Ks or 80 Ks. Every bit makes a difference. It's impact off the bench after you've been subbed.
Lead increased. And the extras from Matsuda possibly will push it beyond 10.
Pressure. Next one, boys. Next one. Hey. Eagles time now.
Conversion missed. 26 points to 17. Wild Knights have the lead with 9 minutes to play. Taken nicely by Noguchi. Up from his own 22. Ushida. All there for Abbott.
Stay.
Ushida.
Stay wide.
Matsuda goes high. Matsui lines this up, tapped on backwards by Panasonic. Wild Knights have possession again, flinging it wide. Yamasawa, Korombiti, down the left-hand touch. Taken nicely in the tackle, up to the halfway. Ushida, Miller. Ushida, Matsuda, Horie, Parks, over the top. Noguchi, chips and chases. Heaps of time at the back for Canon. They find the touchline.
No quick.
Tamura in the fullback position. There he is. They send up Creel and Marias to defend the front line, and they leave the experienced Yu Tamura in the back on defence. Great contest this.
Okay.
Especially the way that Canon came out and they started, but unfortunately they turned up in the second half to go to a bar fight, and all they bought were chopsticks.
Ogura on the park now for Canon. Ushida. Panasonic on the charge. Parks takes it into the tackle. Ushida. Now quick ball down the left-hand side. Ushida. This time Cornelson. Trying to string the phases together. Awkward ball. Boucher has to pick up the scraps. Does well. Penalty for Canon.
They just lost a bit of shape there, Panasonic, with the ball not going to the person, and Hasegawa been injured there. That Boucher was pointing to. So it's a leg injury, so they will stop play. Still a chance here for Canon. Don't write them off. They're desperate to try and make the top four. Desperate to try and play some finals footy in a couple of weeks' time. Currently fifth on the table, with Toshiba's win last night.
Water off. Yeah, one halfway. Wait. Okay. All good. Wait. Sorry. サーブ入れて。Still time off. 入れてください。
Just looking at the live table as well, Bevan, that if Panasonic win this game, they would have secured a playoff spot, even with 2 weeks to go. And then the last spot will be fought between Toshiba, Canon, and Toyota.
Sorry, seven. You can stay. Sorry, boy. Hey, okay. Time back on. Hey.
Moreira's trying to find the touchline, does it. And they need to be the next to score. Up inside the 22 they come. Attacking lineup here for Canon.
Time back on.
Canon have not scored a point in 34 minutes.
Line out to the middle. Van Dijk has been left behind it. It's a mistake from Canon.
Okay.
17-3 the halftime score, and Panasonic have scored 23 unanswered points in the second half.
ごめんなさい。ちょっとセットアップができてない。ちょっとタイムオフ。そう。
What a luxury for some of the teams in this magnificent competition. the knowledge of securing a position into finals footy. 2 weeks of the regular season to go. Santuri and Kubota are out in front, and they've pretty much secured a semi-final spot. A win here for Panasonic will also put them past what the chasing pack could catch. And then it would all be who finishes fourth out of Canon, Toshiba, and the Steve Hansen, Director of Rugby for Toyota.
Another sub on the field, this time Koyama.
Well, it means that someone will have to go to the side of the scrum. It's either him or Ushida, because he's a replacement halfback. Great game from Hasegawa, the 28-year-old, one of the smallest players in the field. And so Koyama goes on, and who goes to the side of the scrum for Panasonic? Here he is, Riley. Backs never pushed, so he wouldn't be doing anything there on the side.
Defensive scrum here, and it's going forward. A strong, powerful scrum from Wild Knights. Matsuda with control of it. Just inside their 22 here, the Wild Knights, 5 minutes to play. And they'll be looking to wind down the clock. Ushida, back it goes.
Had the advantage of the penalty from the scrum. Dylan Riley will be telling everyone in the showers that it was because he was on the side. That is some performance to come back from what must have looked like an Everest after the first half.
Well, down by 14 at half-time. They've done extremely well. As Willie alluded to before, 23 unanswered points. You've got to hand it to this Robbie Dean's coach side. They're all class. Poirier, Abbott, left the ball behind, it's been picked up. Takashima takes it to ground, Amano, and at halfback now, ball there. Shimada now changing direction again, Marius. Drops the shoulder, quick pick and go. Anise, down the short side they come, it's an awkward pass. Van Dijk needs to bounce on the scraps here. Wild Knights attacking the ruck. Canon will get the ball back. Amano. Now, powerful run this time from Hanasili. Amano. Nice ball. Up the puck they come. Solmarki. Stepping his way. Up just short of the 22. Canon on the attack. Amano. Tamura. Stopped in his tracks. Ball still there though. Amano. Creel this time. Stepping his way. Up inside the 22. Miller trying to get his mitts on it. Ball still there. Amano. Through the hands they go. Hanasili again. Been busy already, the number 20. Amano. Tamura. Marius. Still going. The South African fullback. Still inside that 22. Penalty against the head. Will not survive.
Cotton Betty doing some powerlifting. Have a look at this from the wing up. Gets on the ball and says, I should have this, sir. And the referee says, you're right. That is not easy to do. Absolute strength and determination. Got to say that this Panasonic defence in the second half has been first class. They've taken pride in their line, and they just haven't allowed Canon to get any momentum, even though they've gone 7 and 8 phases on a number of occasions.
ファースト前。分かってる分かってる。
Hortier to feed this line out. 90 seconds to go. It's an awkward line out. Takashima has it for Canon. On the attack again. Quick ball Amano. Into the backs. Awkward pass. Kicked it ahead. Now the race is on at the back. They lead the charge to the Wild Knights. They just got to control it. Noguchi gets the bounce. He gets the pass away. And Riley scores.
The open side flanker wearing 13 gets in again. He picks up a double like he did last week. And if he was on the share market, you'd buy him every day of the week. Unbelievable the speed of Noguchi here. And watch the rugby ball how it bounces up. So generous and so kind, and he knew that he had his wingman there. And Dylan Riley is a superstar of Panasonic. Questions asked whether they can keep defending, and this is why they will test you if you make mistakes. Sublime.
Conversion good. That increases their lead a little bit more, and the Wild Knights will have the win with only seconds to play. 33 points to 17. So this will be the final play of the game, you'd have to think. Noguchi goes high. There's the full-time siren. Ushida. They want to keep playing to Panasonic. Riley through the hands. Tupou trying to get around the outside. Support players there. Penalty for Canon. Quick tap taken. Amano setting off. Up inside the 22, Canon. Looking for the final save. Wild Knights will have the win. Penalty advantage again for Canon. Coming slowly.
The wrong side pass. You got prop, but the wrong side pass.
That's a great round of applause. They deserve it. They're not going to get the victory, but they stayed in the 12 rounds of the heavyweight division, and they gave back just as much as they got at certain stages of the game in particular. And this big crowd would love to see their team score another try.
Still the final play of the game. An attacking line out for Canon. They won't win the game, but they can have the final say. Shimada goes high. And now they start the driving wall. Panasonic with control of it at the back. Still going forward. Breaking away. Scoring the try. And Canon do have the final say.
They wanted to try and get a bonus point, and they'll miss out on that as well because that's only their third try. But Halasili, out of Tupou High School in the beautiful island of Tonga and Nuku'alofa, he says Malo Apito, which is thank you in Tongan. Around the side he goes, untouched. Get some of that, big boy.
Canon will have the final act. They won't win. Wild Knights will get the win. But a heroic effort today from Canon. They've stayed in the game for the whole 80 minutes. And this will be the final act. Medeus kicks. He converts, and that's full time. The Wild Knights